The code from the previous lesson has been updated with a broadcast message that is used to sense the research samples while the robot is moving towards the drone. A repeat block has also been used to reduce the length of the code since we are picking 2 balls of water. Part 2 of the code contains the movements to flip the rover, and there is a backward movement to sense the line along the research samples before turning and backing into the wall. Then motor D moves down for 120 degrees so that sensor 4 is at the same height as the research samples. To sense the samples while the robot is moving, we broadcast the scan samples message when the robot is making a gyro straight movement of 1600 degrees. Motor B is reset and the variables S1 to S6 are initialized as 0. As the robot is moving, we wait till motor B gets to 180 degrees to take the value of the first sample, because this is when sensor 4 is directly in front of the first sample. The value is stored in S1. We do this for the remaining 5 sample positions, and at the end we display the values on the screen to make sure the sensor has sensed the correct values. Once the robot is done with the movement of 1600, the robot turns, pushes in the drone and returns to get into position to pick the red and yellow samples. Note that when getting into position, this value of 250 degrees can be increased or reduced to vary the distance of the sensor from the object. Also make sure that your gyro sensor value is not drifting. Here, the robot is not moving, but the gyro sensor value keeps changing. If the program is run this way, the robot will not go straight along the research samples. To fix the gyro sensor, unplug it from port 2 of the EV3 brick and plug it back again without shaking the robot. The value should reset to 0 and not change until the robot starts to move. To test only this portion of the code, You can disconnect the code here and add a broadcast message as shown. Note that sometimes the sensor sees some values different from what is expected. If the errors are consistent, we can take care of it from the code. For example, our sensor sometimes sees yellow as brown and white as blue. As long as no other color is sensed as brown and no other color is sensed as blue, we can take care of this in the code. We will learn this in the next chapter and how to pick up and drop off the samples.